It all started when Nasir took an Uber to Kylan's house early one morning and threatened to go public about their relationship. That's when Kylan Pratt pulled the trigger, killing 20-year-old openly gay Nasir Johnson with a single shot to the neck. But the story doesn't end there. Kylan then took Nasir's body to a remote trail in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park and set it on fire. And prosecutors say it was all because Kylan didn't want people finding out that he was gay. But this gets even darker. Cell phone data showed Kylan searched Google for things like traits of a psychopath, murdering in cold blood, and having sex with dead bodies. Yikes. Nasir's grandmother, who had raised him since he was a year old, reported him missing the next day.
My heart is so torn in so many pieces.
When his body was found, it was so badly burned, investigators didn't even know it was a human at first. Prosecutors called it a hate crime, saying Kylan killed Nasir because he was gay. This horrific crime is the real-world result of anti-gay rhetoric from conservative politicians. For years, Republicans hammered on gay marriage as an assault to traditional family values, despite the fact that homosexuality is present in all mammals and homosexual relationships have been known about and celebrated from ancient times to today. Used to grab power and money, it instilled in a generation of young gay men that there is something shameful about this part of you that can't be changed. Experts say that internalized homophobia has led to countless acts of violence, including many murders like this one. This all happened back in 2022, but just this week, a jury convicted Kylan of first-degree murder, and a judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Here's a message to people against gay marriage, gay people, and LGBTQ plus people more generally. Shut the fuck up and mind your own damn business. You are making violent murders like this one much more likely.
Condolences goes out to that young man's family, just because this tender guy didn't want people to know who he was. He decided to do something very crazy and disturbing. And to be up here like, man, looking up all that type of stuff, knowing what you just did was very sickening, cruel. You done burnt the body so damn bad that they ain't even know it was a body. Like, damn. We gotta share the world with people like this. So that's why I always say, y'all gotta stay positive, always be in a good, vibe. Because you never know when you might come across, or we might come across as somebody that's going through it. And I know their whole thing was a relationship, but think about all the stuff we hear about in the world. From people just pumping gas to folks just driving their car on the highway, stupid kids throwing rocks and stuff. And what I'm trying to say is that we just all need to stay positive. If you pray, stay prayed up, because the world is going through so much, and every day, you never know what it could be. Or you never know what we might watch, or you never know what we might could listen to. But at the same time, I don't see how these folks think they have high power to decide somebody's fate in life. And him getting life is something that is so right. And some of these other situations we have probably watched and heard, and I know y'all probably don't watch stuff I haven't heard about. But when people kill someone against their will, choose their fate in life, I think you should automatically get life, because you took a life, and they can never create memories again with their loved ones or anything like that. So that's just what I believe should happen.
21-year-old Airman Tanner Young was serving at Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska when he was found dead last December. His parents are still searching for answers. They say they have serious doubts about what Alaska State Troopers say. Julie says she still doesn't know how her son died. She says there was no real investigation into his death, and that pain is something no mother should have to endure. The family's attorney is investigating. He has a heavily redacted report from Alaska's Department of Public Safety. He believes no one looked into other possible scenarios like an accident or something more sinister. Police say Tanner did it himself, but is that actually what happened, the family has their doubts. They say Tanner was full of life. He loved fishing, dirt biking, and helping others. His passion for the military began when he was a sophomore in high school, and serving his country became his life's purpose. And the last time his mother spoke with him, he was happy. He had called her just before she and her husband left for a cruise, and he seemed like his normal self. Hours later, they got the news no parent should ever receive. According to the family, there's an Air Force Office of Special Investigation report for 100 pages long, but no one has seen it yet. If you or someone you know is struggling, know that there is help available. Call or text 988.
Damn, I wonder what really happened. But before we get into this whole discussion topic about this, I just gotta say my condolences goes out to her. And I hope justice get found. I hope justice gets served. And I hope justice get the person who did this. Because if he was in a good space, good everything, good energy, he wouldn't have done nothing like this. And I've seen stories like this. I actually just did a story about this lady daughter was killed. 2 kids was with the father. And come to find out, she knew her daughter didn't kill herself. But the police ruled it as, suicide. So then they just closed the case. Well, that wasn't the case because her mom knew exactly who her daughter was. So she investigated. And then she confronted the husband because that's the only thing, everything that she was doing was leading up to he was the one. So when she came to him, he confessed it to everything that he did, even told her a detailed timeline on what he did to her daughter. And of course, the police stand was called, and he just had to confess because you literally just said it in a recording, what you did. And then, just like the other situation we just watched, the first story about the couple and coming out and stuff like that, they know everything you did. They can go to your phone records, they can search this, search that, see exactly what the hell you've been up to, who you was talking to. Hell, these motherfuckers are so crazy and technology is so weird that you can be talking to somebody and they know you talking to somebody and they still act like you're not talking to nobody. So that's why I tell everybody to be safe, stay protected, and you already know.